Brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. Kelly Maxwell going through her final pregame warm-ups. We owe you our preview of our opponent. It's brought to you by Rod Polston. Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Your tax problems don't care who you are, but we do. And I think there is one thing that stands out about this Houston team. Grit. Kristen Vesley, the former Sooner, makes her way over to the third base coach's box. Coach Vesley is in her 8th season with the Cougars. She has a new pitching coach in World Series champion, World Series hero Hope Troutwine. And she's got a Sooner transfer in Tria Coleman, who's been bashing for her. And this team, they swing out of their boots, Destiny. They swing out of their boots.
Yeah, and one other coach to mention, Nadia Taylor. She was a stud at Texas. She's probably the leader in making them swing out of their boots.
Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. First pitch, a little bit out, looked good. 6:04 with the first pitch, so even with a few extra pregame festivities, we get started right on time. Leading off for the Cougars and taking ball 2 low is Lair Boutte, the left fielder, hitting .322 on the season. And again, thanks to Rod Polston, Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting, bringing you our opponent preview to put a wrap on the Sooner pregame show, presented by Walden Cleaners and Laundry. Here's the 2-0 pitch, foul back. And also the reminder that I have laundry that I need to go get.
You got to go get it.
Oh, I completely
You
forgot.
have till 6 tomorrow.
I got
about 4.
Hey, tomorrow's crazy.
You got a busy day?
Tomorrow is a great day in the Sooner Nation. Let's just hope Mother Nature cooperates. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Maxwell. Grounded foul at the plate. Counts quickly 2-2. Now, weather has affected a few things. We're going to have the Coach Gasso statue unveiling tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., but from every weather pattern that we've seen, it's
not going to work out.
Not going to work. So that has been canceled, as has the party at the Palace. Games are on a schedule. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt for strike 3. Hansen blocks it, throws to first. Boutte is retired, and there is one away by way of the K. And Kelly Maxwell picking right up where she left off. One other note about pushing back of the spring football game. It will now start at 2:30 instead of the scheduled 1 o'clock, which creates a little havoc for those of us who are on the spring football broadcast. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Thomas fouls it off. Kennedy Thomas hitting .388 on the season. Their standout center fielder. Houston's best win of the season. There's no doubt about it. They beat Texas in the Friday night game down in Houston. The 0-1. Line drive right to Brito. Caught it. 2 away. But outside of that, there hasn't been many positives for this Cougar team since. Sitting at just 23-20 overall in the season. They're 3-15 in Big 12 play. And just 7-6 on the road. 2 away for Jasmine Rollins. Left-handed hitting third baseman. Deep in the box with 3. Now make it 2 on the action clock. Maxwell throws it right by her. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
4 lefties in a row with this lineup.
That's Tria Coleman, who waits on deck. Left-handed bat as well. No balls and a strike. Boy, that looked really good. And a strike called by home plate umpire Keith Kearney. Michael Parker is over at first with Kaylee Young at third. Crowd claps in unison as the 0-2 pitch. Maxwell brings it home, just getting a piece of it to stay alive as Rollins, who swings and fouls it back. Can I say maybe a little bit of a later outing crowd tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's packed in the. We see you out there in right center field, always representing left center field as well, but a little later in some areas in left and behind home plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Maxwell from the belt brings it home. Whoa, way outside. Ball and 2 strikes. Well, if you're listening in while you're here, you are being treated to some amazing weather right now. This is, keep it like this. We'll be good all weekend. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Maxwell low and in, misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alyssa Brito walks over from third to shout words of encouragement. Sooners wearing their white tops with Oklahoma and the Jordan font and crimson across its chest. Crimson pants with a white striping, white socks, crimson shoes. 2-2 pitch. Staying alive. Rollins fouls it. I kind of dig this look from Houston. The all black look. Red Houston across their chest. White outline. Red numbers on the back with white outline. And they have the horizontal striping. 3 stripes on their socks and the stirrups. Yeah, looks cool. 2-2. Staying alive is Rollins. She's having herself busy at bat.
It's a good battle. Kelly doing a good job mixing in her pitches as well. Working in and out and really trying to control the rise ball and how high it goes.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Bounced foul down the first baseline. Am I allowed to scoreboard to watch it all tonight, Destiny?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you do what you want.
I think Kansas is going to get Houston or Texas this weekend in the game.
Oh.
I think they're going to get them in the game this weekend.
You're calling it.
I'm calling it. And I haven't seen the score yet. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Skied on the infield. Massive pop fly. Torres is under it, makes the catch. And the inning for Oklahoma defensively is over. They head of the plate. Houston 3 up, 3 down. We always love to hear where you're listening from. It's called our third inning shout-outs. And you can hit us up at OU on the air. That's at OU on the air on Twitter. As always, it's brought to you by our good friends at Century Roofing. Doug Hockley is already in. Our Doug Hamilton from Hockley, Texas is already in. Larissa and Eric Holquin is checked in. Debbie and J.O. Parker, along with Aaron Kortschins, who is here in Section 15. We'll hit those coming up in the third inning. Right now, Jada Coleman makes her way to home plate. Scoreless, bottom of the first inning. Here we go. Taylor Edwards, the righty, gets the start for the Houston Cougars. Everybody stands with one finger in the air as Coleman waits for the first pitch and takes it for strike 1. A little low. Let's tell you first about Taylor Edwards, 9.22 ERA. She's 3-1 on the season. This is her 4th start. Opponent's hitting .377 against her. The righty spins the ball in her glove as she brings it home to Coleman. Misses way low off the off speed. 1 ball, 1 strike. But we do know the pitching coach, Hope Troutwine. Here for watching Hope stand at the entrance of the Houston dugout, calling the signals. No pitch watch here. The 1-1. A little bit low and away, 2-1. Advantages for Hope because she knows this lineup?
Oh, yeah. And she knows JT. I think she understands the approaches that this team is used to using. There's a couple advantages that she's got.
2 balls and a strike to Jada. Low, ball 3. Jada on the season, a .427 average. 10 home runs already. One of 4 Sooners in double digits home runs. Leads the team with 35 walks to just 3 strikeouts this year. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. Coleman launches the bat towards the on-deck circle. It's a leadoff 5-pitch walk to Jada Coleman. And here's Tiare Jennings. That works in your keys, right? Fast start.
Get yourself on no matter what it takes. Now we got to see something happen here with Tiare. She's got to move her runner, sacrifice, hit a double. I don't know.
Or she could just hit it out of the park. First pitch is hammered.
No
deep
way.
To center field. Oh, it's caught at the warning track by Thomas. Coleman had to retreat all the way back to first base on a ball that was hit to the deepest part of the field and comes up just short.
Oh my goodness. I thought you called that. I mean, that was so close. The center fielder, Thomas, was at the wall.
It's pretty close.
I mean, yeah. Wow.
Here's Brito. First pitch to Alyssa Brito. Misses outside, ball one. If you notice a hesitation in my voice when I make the call on a pitch, I will say Keith Kearney has a little bit of a delayed strike call, so I'll try not to anticipate too much. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the Sooner starting third baseman. Brito takes the off speed for strike one. Coach Gasso holds her arms out in disbelief. Could be one of two things. Could be Brito, that's a ball you crush, or probably more likely, that's a ball. Brito is 5 for her last 7 with 4 runs batted in and a home run. 2 runs scored, too. She takes the one. Oh, my goodness, man. What are you doing? Takes the 1-1 pitch that looked well outside for strike 2. All right, we're not off to a good start here with the home plate umpire.
No, and normally we give the umpires a break and say, okay, just stay consistent if that's what you're going to call, but you can't call that.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Brito. In the dirt, skips. Nice play by Charia Coleman. Gets in front of it. Keeps it from hitting the backstop. 2-2. And now it's got to be in your mind that just about anything near that outer edge could be a strike here.
Yeah. And as a hitter, you've got to protect that now.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Brito. She lifts one to right field. Starts to die as the wind knocks it down. Holsey races in, makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 away after the leadoff walk to Coleman. Jennings hits one to the wall. Brito pops out. Here's Kinsey Hansen.
Number 9, Kinsey Hansen.
Hansen had her 10-game hitting streak come to an end on Tuesday night against Tulsa. She went 0 for 1, but did walk. First pitch to Hansen is a little out. Well, hold up. Okay, it's a little out, ball 1. I just want to be sure.
Just got to make sure.
Hansen hasn't hit a home run since March 15th. The do factor is very high. And she rips one foul past Patty Gasso in that third base coach's box. Coach showing the moves.
Did you hear that, fan?
Know what she say?
She told Kinsey, say you're sorry.
That's pretty good. Don't hit it too close to Coach
Don't get
K9.
too close. People will come after you.
Say you're sorry. Here comes the 1-1, and it's popped up to right field in foul territory, giving chase as Aguilar, the second baseman, won't get there.
And today's final balls are brought to you by Polston.
It doesn't seem like it's coming off the bat like it has for Hansen the last 3 or 4 bats. That one just kind of died as soon as it came off her bat. Let's see what she can do here with a 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, ripped back up the middle, a base hit into center field. Jada Coleman around second. She'll stand up into third, and Hansen, it's a laser back up the middle to put runners at the corners with 2 outs for Alina Torres. So much for the ball coming off the bat, weird, huh?
Well, that one came off pretty good.
That's the first hit of the game for the Sooners. First hit of the game for either team. Pope's going to come out and chat with her. Kristen Vesely as well will have our first trip to the circle. And I understand that things didn't go well last Friday night for the Sooners when we all thought that it should be a relatively smooth weekend. So when I say this, you can hold it against me, all right?
Uh-oh.
I feel like this is going to be the first of many trips to the circle for Hope Troutwine.
Oh, I think so.
This Houston pitching staff is just, it's struggled this year. It's been on a bit of a struggle this year. So
yeah, and I think, we've talked about just how different teams have approaches of throwing multiple pitchers in a game just to try to keep the hitters off balance or keep them guessing and not let them get too comfortable. But Houston's kind of forced into that. They've just got to see how long one pitcher can last and try to go from there. But I think you're right. We will be seeing a lot of conversations and trying to control the pace of the game.
Their team ERA is 5.87. If that gives you any indication, 108 strikeouts to 134 walks. They've also given up 22 unearned runs this season. So it has been rough for Houston pitching-wise and defensively. Sooners look to strike first. Meeting's over. First pitch to Torres. Misses outside, ball 1.
And Taylor Edwards has only thrown 27 innings this entire season. So I think they're just trying to see how long a pitcher can really last out there.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Torres hitting .382 on the season. That misses outside, 2-0. Torres been pretty clutch last few weeks for the Sooners. Had the 2-run double in the 3rd inning. A 2-out clutch hit, if you will, for the Sooners in a big moment. 1st and 3rd for the Sooners. 2 outs the pitch. That's a good one. In for strike 1. Oof. That looked like a really good pitch. Torres also had the single that started the 3rd inning rally last Saturday against BYU. So 3-hit game for her, or at least for that position. Here's the 2-1 hit pitch. Torres hammers one. This one's deep to left field, and it's scored. Alina Torres turns on one and plants it in the left field bleachers. The party starts at Torres Place. It's 3-0 Sooners on a no-doubter over the left field wall. How about that?
I mean, that was a shot. Just seeing a good pitch and being able to work with it. Her hands were so quick to contact. And that pitch was left belt high.
I think the Sooners just got a warning for coming out of the dugout. So we've got the fun police behind home plate tonight, it looks like. Yeah, and JT's talking to the dugout now. Yeah, he's making it very... Now, let's belabor the point a little bit more after a 3-run home run. I'm sure the last thing Kristen Vesely wants to hear is about the warning the Sooners dugout got. 87th home run this season for the Sooners as a team. Chalk up home run number 8 for Alina Torres. RBI is 27, 28, and 29. Here's Cassidy Pickering. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Sooner right fielder. A little bit up and in, ball 1. Good to see things cooking for Alina Torres. She's hitting the ball hard. Let's get Cassidy Pickering going. I know she's been in a bit of a struggle as she takes the 1-0 pitch high. Heard from Cassidy's grandparents. Heard from Don and Mary Lou Pickering. Willow Creek, Montana. They are the guaranteed every game I'm going to hear from him, and I love it. Here comes the 2-0 way inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Jerry and Sherry Isbell have checked in already. Congratulations, Sherry, on the deserved elevation. 3-0 pitch to Pickering. Ball 4. We might not be done yet here, Destiny.
It's a good start. Seeing them score on that leadoff walk. Alina Torres coming in with that home run. Cassidy Pickering keeping it going, just being smart in the box. You know that she's throwing a lot of balls.
Here we go. 339 for Ludlam on the season. First pitch looped into center field, falling fast, it's down. Down for a hit. Pickering is forced to stay at second base. I'll have to watch the replay. I think I think Cassidy once again was kind of chopping her steps, thinking it was less than 2 outs. But regardless, it's a 2-out single for Ludlam. And it puts runners at first and second for Sid Sanders. Hit a grand slam home run on Tuesday night in Oklahoma City to blow open the game against TU, and the first pitch is up high.
I want to go back to Pickering on that. She's got to be at third base on that. You've got to go first to third, 2 outs. Whether that ball's caught or not, you should be standing on third.
Here's the 1-0. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Let's make Sid Sanders our Loves Travel Stops player to watch tonight. Loves Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Sid has been riding a bit of a, I use this term a lot, a roller coaster, but has hit it hard recently as she takes ball 2. Good eye this year. She's second on the team with 33 walks. Only behind Jada Coleman, who after her walk to start this game is at 36. Here's the 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little delayed call again. 3-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the first inning with 2 away. Ludlam at first, Pickering at second. A 3-run Alina Torres home run has staked the Sooners to this 3-zip lead. Sanders looking to add to it. The 2-2. This one's popped to shallow right field. Racing in is Holsey to make the catch. And that'll do it for the Sooners in the first. But the damage is done. Oklahoma pounds out 3 hits, including a 3-run home run from Alina Torres. And as we head to the second, Oklahoma leads at 3-0. Today's game broadcast is brought to you by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And Norman Regional Health, building our community stronger throughout South Central Oklahoma. 3-0 Sooners on an Alina Torres 3-run first inning home run. Along with Destiny McElroy, I'm Chris Plank. Thanks for spending part of your Friday night with us. We are your pre-storm. We're your pre-weather tailgate. Here is former Sooner Taria Coleman. Junior catcher, first pitch. She had a cut. Bounced it foul, and it somehow, I think it caught her bat on the second time through. And rocketed off her bat. I feel like I say this about a lot of players. But, man, she could put on some shows in BP during her freshman season here. Here's the 0-1. Coleman takes it low.
Yeah, she's good.
I remember talking to Rusty Elam, Lindsey Elam's dad. We were talking about the team after Lindsey had graduated. He's like, I think this Taria Coleman girl is just going to be a rock star. She has been. She bunts through this one for strike 2. Unfortunately, it's been at Houston. Don't know what the prognosis might have looked like for her if she stayed in Norman. She only had 13 at-bats during her one and only season here in Norman. 2022. She takes the 1-2 pitch high for ball 2, 2-2.
She didn't come in as a catcher, did she?
You know, she was mentioned as a utility player, and Oklahoma was working her a little in the outfield.
Yeah, that's what I remember her.
But she had caught in high school. 2-2 is low, ball 3. Three 3-0 Sooners. We're in the second. Maxwell has run full on Coleman. The pitch. Mouse foul at the plate again. So from her numbers, her freshman year, so we mentioned the only year she was at Oklahoma, she had 231. She did have a home run that season. That home run came against Prairie View A&M. She's hitting .364 this year with 7 home runs and 39 runs batted in for the Cougars. 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Mile high on the infield. Tiare Jennings fighting the wind, makes the catch, 1 away. Okay. This team has now been able to practice here. Today was the first game where they took batting practice before the game here. Now, they did it Tuesday night, but they were traveling. More comfort in playing here?
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal, getting to practice here. I mean, you just get to understand how everything plays. You understand the wind. Coach Gasso has mentioned before, just that wind tunnel that comes through that building.
Line drive, base hit in the left field, Shelby Smith. First pitch swinging. In fact, Riley Boone, it was hit so hard she threw to first, and everyone kind of looks into the dugout for a reaction to that, including me. Riley Boone throws her arms out to the side. It's the first hit of the game on a one-out single for Houston by Shelby Smith.
She's like, okay, I'm sorry. She keeps patting her chest. Like, I don't know why I did that.
Here's Bree Cantu. If the name sounds familiar, it should, as Cantu takes the first pitch that skipped in for ball one. Much like Coleman, who started her career at Oklahoma, Cantu started her career at Texas. She'd been a little bit more of a regular part of the Texas lineup than what Coleman had been at Oklahoma. As there's the 1-0 pitch in for a strike, 1-1. She started 11 games, 22 at Texas, and actually started her career at Texas Tech. Cantu takes the 1-1 high for ball two. So the 2020 season for Cantu was at Tech. Played in 16 games, boom, season got shut down. Transferred then in 2021 to Texas, to where she hit .314 and was their top pinch hitter. Following season, started 11 games, 2022 at Texas, and then decided I want to play more, and has been a regular part of the Houston lineup ever since, including being named first team All-American Athletic Conference last year, and played in all 50 games at second base. Bree Cantu, the 2-1 is bounced to second, could be two. Torres tags the runner for one to first, double play. They're going to challenge it right away to see if Torres tagged the runner. Shelby Smith is standing at second base with her arms outstretched, wondering, how could you possibly say she tagged me? The Sooner outfield has stopped at the cut of the dirt and the outfield grass. The umpires are talking about it first to see whether or not they saw a tag. They go and discuss it with Vesley, Coach Kristen Vesley, and she automatically went to her ears for a challenge. So we had our first challenge of the night, and it's brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. Still have yet to get the replay monitor, but what's your naked eye see?
I feel like there had to have been a tag just by the reaction of Alina Torres fielding that. She fielded it and looked clean, making the tag and then throwing to first. I feel like there would have been some hesitation on her throw to first had she not made that initial tag.
Here we go. We're getting a look at it in the TV booth. The umpire didn't hesitate.
The umpire didn't hesitate, but Shelby Smith, I mean, she got to second base and turned around and said, no, that needs to be reviewed.
Yeah. I don't think DJ Sanchez and Nicole Mendez are in the booth. They're giving the she didn't touch her sign.
I mean, Shelby kind of sold that. She got to second base and immediately put her hands to her head and said, review that. There was no tag.
McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. Oh, I wanted to start putting a clock on these reviews.
Oh,
because I feel like
a good call.
I feel like they're getting longer and longer. So I feel like for the regulars, that's just one more thing for me to complain about, right?
Well, it's funny because they put the pitch clock up, and then they spend, 5 minutes reviewing something.
Williams got us locked in up in New Jersey. Cowboys Sooner. Leslie Blaze is checked in from the 8th floor at work tonight. Baptist Integris Hospital. Real fan. Oh, they're going to say she's out. Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe some of the angles that y'all were seeing might have been different than what they did. Maybe they just didn't have a clear shot of it. Start at the bottom of the second. Sooners up 3-zip. The 0-1 pitch to Riley Boone is in for a strike 2. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Sooners, including an Alina Torres first hitting 3-run home run. Got started quick here in the bottom of the second inning. And Boone finds herself behind on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Gayla's Kids hitting .435 this year. She takes ball 1 way outside. 20 runs batted in and a home run. Though she hasn't had an RBI since the Kansas series. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Headed home from Edwards to Boone. Ball 2 way outside into the dirt. All right, you said I'm okay scoreboard watching.
Yeah, what do we got?
Update from Lawrence. They're in the top of the 6th inning. Kansas trails at 4-2. A 4-zip game into the bottom of the 5th. Kansas added 2 runs. They're in the top of the 6th with 1 out. Texas up 4-2. 2-2 pitch to Boone. Pokes it foul. Jada Coleman waits on deck.
See Boone trying to communicate with the umpire on whether or not that would have been a strike. I have noticed that a lot more this season.
2-2. Popped up on the infield. Rolland, third baseman, races back, calls off everyone, makes the catch 1 away. Just wanting to make sure that they are swinging at strikes.
Yeah. You see it with Jada, Boone, Brito. I've seen them just kind of turn around on a foul ball and say, you know, would you have called that, or what's that look like?
Right. Here's Coleman. First pitch to Jada. In for a strike.
The delay.
Coleman, her last time up, walked. She bats here with nobody on and 1 out in the second. She takes ball 1. Off to a good start on a Friday night. A regular Friday, Saturday, Sunday series for the Sooners. Weather looks like it's going to cooperate with us. 1-1 is skied into left field. Couple steps in for Boutte, who makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Tiare Jennings flied out to center field her last time up. Though flight out to center field might be a little bit unfair. She hit one that just about got out of here. We'd like to thank Love's Travel Stops as the presenting sponsor of Sooner Softball. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Here's the first pitch to Tiare. This is a little out, ball 1. I'm nervous on every pitch. That if I think it's a little out, my man's going to call it a strike while the ball's getting thrown back to the pitcher. The 1-0 pitch headed home. Jennings takes it for strike 1.
Not a lot of speed with Edwards.
It's got to be somewhat maddening, too.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a big adjustment you have to make.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Reaches, pokes it foul. Jennings has a little modest 3-game hitting streak going. She's 3 for her last 8. 3 runs batted in, chasing history. is Tiare Jennings. She waits on the 1-2 pitch. Edwards brings it. Jennings fouls it again. Feel like we've been kind of on this number for a while. Jennings at 89 career home runs, one away from tying Stacey Newman for 6th all-time. 297 runs batted in. 3 away from 300, that exclusive club. 2 away from number 6 on that list career. 1-2 foul back.
There she is again. Tiare asking the umpire, was that a strike? Just trying to stay alive, but also trying to get a good feel for the strike zone for her next couple at bats.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Here's the pitch to Jennings. Low and in. Hold up. Okay, low and in. Coleman did a pretty good job of pulling that up to make it look a little bit better. Tiare waits on the 2-2 pitch. Taylor Edwards looking to have a 1-2-3 inning. This is high, full count. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, she's not going to get the pitch off in time, is she? The pitch clock expired. It doesn't matter. Jennings ropes one into right center field, a base hit. How about that? Make it 4 straight games with a hit for Tiare Jennings.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting, too. She's fouling some stuff off. I kept seeing her trying to work opposite field, trying to get the timing down, and she was able to get a hold of that one and send it to the right side of the field.
So our buddy Chris Emerson has already checked in from Jinx Sooner Judy up in Silver City, New Mexico. Melanie and Britt in Seattle. They want to see Alyssa Brito hit one hard and far. 0 for 1 on the day for Brito. First pitch low. Good job again by Coleman to block it. Ball 1. Brito popped out to right field her last time up. One ball and no strikes. Brito takes it out. 2-0. Kinsey Hansen waits on deck. Kind of a quiet Sooner dugout right now. Ella Parker on the top step with Maya Bland trying to lead the cheers. Jennings at first. The 2-0 pitch to Brito. That's strike 1. Saw Evan and Trey Linda Kerr already in. Shirley and Galen. Kitches and more. We're having a night. See if Alyssa Brito can ignite it even more. Oh, she gets hit right in the Evo shield on a pitch that came up and in. She's okay. I need to give that woman the mic.
I know.
Here comes Kinsey Hansen. We oohed and awed because when Brito pulled away, it almost looked like it got her in the face and was coming up and in on her, but it was the Evo shield on her left elbow. A hit by pitch, and a big chance here for K-9, who singled and scored a run in the first inning. First pitch to Hansen. A little bit out, ball 1. This is the moment where I do my best to jinx something or talk it into fruition. March 15th, the last game in which Kinsey Hansen hit a home run. She's gone 12 games without a home run. As the 1-0 pitch misses low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. And Sharia Coleman's going to jog out and chat with Taylor Edwards. Do you believe in the power of speaking something into existence?
I do. I believe in it when you say it, it typically happens.
Well, it's been a minute.
You were close on that Tiare call.
I might have retired it after that one. Hey, Toby Whitney's got us up in D.C. I see the Lees are in Cedar Park, Texas. Brett Leverage on a chilly April in New York City. Bobby Spencer's in the house. Jonathan's in Waco. Tommy and Sydney in Provo watching OU baseball. Go say hi to Josh. Josh Helmer on the call this weekend. Mickey's listening from Sugarland. Nick is in Norman. Larry in the St. Pete Sooner Den. And my man Shane from Midwest City. We'll get those shout-outs coming up next half inning. Right now, though, back to business. 2-0 count on Kinsey Hansen with runners at first and second and 2 out. Sooners up 3-zip. And she lines one to center field. And racing over towards the gap is Thomas to make the catch and end the inning. Bethany Aguilar will lead things off. Sooners up 3-zip. Back to work for Kelly Maxwell. First pitch misses low and away. Ball one Aguilar, the freshman who's hitting .259 on the season, the second baseman. She's been good enough to where they've moved Bree Cantu over to first. Here comes the 1-0, and that misses up. 2 balls and no strikes. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Sooners. Just the 1 hit so far for Houston. 2-0. All 3 misses high. Haven't seen this from Maxwell yet tonight. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. There you go, strike 1. They've moved on to the top of the 7th in Lawrence. Texas holding on to a 4-2 lead. Kansas has left 7 runners on base in that game. Each team with 5 hits. With ball 4. Aguilar, a leadoff walk. There's a lot of good series in softball starting this weekend. How about this? They have gone to the top of the 10th inning. Clemson has just grabbed a 6-5 lead over Notre Dame. Florida all over South Carolina in the top of the 5th, 11-4 there. There's Brooke Lorenzo, pops up a bunt in foul territory just out of the reach of Alyssa Brito. Tennessee has beaten LSU in game 1 of that series 3-0. Missouri on top of Georgia in the top of the 6th, 3-0. That's in Athens. They're in the bottom of the 6th in Durham, North Carolina. And Virginia and Duke are scoreless. That's weird. Line drive foul off the bat of the shortstop Lorenzo.
Last week had a lot of upsets.
I think I saw this.
What happens this weekend?
I think I saw this right. Of the 9 top 10 teams that were playing, 8 of the 9 lost.
I saw that, yeah.
At some point during the week. That's unreal. Scoreless between Alabama and Arkansas at the bottom of the 3rd. Here it's 3-0 Sooners. The 0-2 pitch to Lorenzo. Grounded back to Maxwell. To second for 1. To first. Oh, they called her safe. It was bang, bang over at first. It was a slow roller, so Maxwell had to turn and throw quick. Jennings was on the bag. So it wasn't as if she caught it in stride and then was able to maybe put a little bit more oomph behind it. Aguilar's forced out at second. Lorenzo safe at first on the fielder's choice. Here's Paige Holsey with 1 out now in the 3rd. First pitch swinging, grounded right to Brito. Brito to second for 1 to first. Oh, you can ring it up! A 5-4-3 double play as Alyssa Brito takes the hot shot and works it for 2. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Oklahoma leads it 3-0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Houston Cougars. Waiters checks in on the season with an ERA of 5.92. She's 4-3 on the season. Opponents have, well, I mean, listen, she's got a 5.92 ERA. So when I say opponents have had success against her, that's going to be a Captain Obvious. But opponents are hitting .285 against her. And she's allowed the leadoff hitters to bat .432 against her as Alina Torres will lead things off. Torres homered her last time up. First pitch, Alina takes a little lollipop change that drops in for strike one. And I don't even.
That's a good start. If you could throw that, that's going to be an issue.
Especially with the way the Sooners struggled with it last week. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's that same pitch. Strike two.
Sooners better be ready for that change-up approach.
Home run by Torres was her 8th of the season, and she lines one down the right field line. It's a base hit. Good job by Holsey, who hustles over to corral it before it gets into the corner. And it's a 2-hit night for Alina Torres. Here's Cassidy Pickering. She walked her last time up. Rebecca and Diane have checked in from Pflugerville, home of Hope Troutwine. Deb and the dogs have us synced up in Alexandria, Virginia. Deb, Dan, and Robert synced up in Maysville. Joseph's in McAllister. Big Sky Sooner and TJ Carter syncing on the deck in Noble. And CD and Deb down in Hockley as well. Here is Cassidy Pickering. First pitch to Pickering is low for ball one. DT's got us tuned in. PA Fat Boy, back porch, cigar, and cold beer in hand. It's kind of the way to do it.
There you go.
Galveston, people, Kevin's in Topeka, Kansas. Here's the pitch to Pickering, and she lifts one foul deep down the left field line and well out of play. Kevin and Stephanie are in Topeka. They're from Topeka, but they're here. Now, I only know that because Kevin apparently has brought food.
Oh.
He's apparently brought some of his world-famous pulled pork.
Oh.
Now, I don't know how you smuggle that in, Kevin, but good on you. I know you did. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Pickering. Shows a bunt, takes ball too low. Maggie and Stan headed north out of Houston, Texas. Stan, you be safe on the road, buddy. Loves are in Stigler tonight. Naked Janet sitting at their sister-in-laws. Pamela synced up from Colgate, Oklahoma. Boy, she really takes her time on the action clock, doesn't she? Here comes the 2-1 pitch. In for strike two.
Uses every bit of her time. Is there a clock on the backstop?
Yes. So there is one behind home plate, too, so she's able to see it.
So she's using it strategically all the way to the bottom.
Almost feel like it. Ball three low in. A little bit away. I don't want to say low and in. A little bit. Full count now to Pickering. Torres at first and the leadoff single. 3-0 Sooners from the bottom of the third inning. Here comes the full count pitch. Runners not going, and Pickering pokes this one foul. And immediately, what does she do? She turns to Keith Kearney and says, "Did I swing at a strike?"
I don't know why that's not more common. Because I'm thinking, like, that was never really a thing until I feel like I started noticing it more last season. But, I mean, that's an option that should definitely be utilized a little bit more if the umpire can answer your question. Yes, that was a strike, or no, don't swing.
Here's the 3-2 to Pickering. That skips before home plate for ball four. And Pickering, for the second time tonight, walks to first base. Here's Riley Ludlam. Kansas has brought the tying run to the plate in the bottom of the seventh inning in Lawrence against Texas. The Horns lead it 4-2. That game moves to the bottom of the seventh inning. And it's Lyric Moore at the plate for Kansas, too. Worth keeping an eye on. All right, here's Riley Ludlam looking to blow this game open in the bottom of the third inning. Sooners up 3-0. First pitch. There's that wait on it change, and she takes it for strike one.
Man, she's taking a lot off.
No balls and a strike. Mentioned Ludlam singled her last time up. Takes the 0-1 low and in for ball one. Mike's in Marlow, Oklahoma tonight. Loyal Sooner fans Danita and Larry Higgs. Prague, Oklahoma. Linda's in Joliet, Illinois. Kevin's up in Broken Arrow. And Redhead Sooner with headphones on in a Tulsa restaurant. Here's the 1-1. Inside out swing fouled off. That's where the Plank family is tonight, Destiny. In a Tulsa,
Everybody's in Tulsa?
In a Tulsa restaurant somewhere. Happy birthday to my mother-in-law, Alice. So they're celebrating her birthday.
Nice, that's fun.
But they're not like you, Redhead Sooner. They don't have us.
They're not listening
They're not
to you.
listening to me. They're getting away from me. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to the Sooner DP. It's that off speed, and what a job by Ludlam to fight it off foul.
You see the celebration in the dugout. Yes, that is something they have been working on, clearly. The little wins.
It's a big exhale, too. That was going to be strike 3 if she would have taken it. And if you time that thing up, you're going to hit it an absolute mile. The 1-2 pitch to Ludlam, and she pops this one up behind home plate, and that's going to get out of play.
It's a good battle. When you're facing a pitcher that doesn't throw super hard but can also take some velocity off in her changeup, you've got to be able to identify that and adjust.
Groundouts by Lyric Moore and Haley Kripe have ended the Kansas threat. Texas takes game 1 of that series tonight 4-2. The 1-2 is ripped past the third baseman Rollin into left field. Everyone will move up 60 on the second hit of the night for Riley Ludlam. And the bases are loaded for Sid Sanders, who batted with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning on Tuesday night against Tulsa and hit a grand slam. Told you, another trip to the circle for Hope Troutwine.
Sanders does well in these situations. I'm not going to call it, but I'm going to let you know I'm
are
thinking
you feeling it? Okay, you think about that.
I'm gonna just let you know I'm thinking it.
I like it. I like it. Joe Fournier has got us synced up in Pensacola, Florida. Big Zilla is in tonight. I think Big Zilla's down in Ada. Papa Wheelie's in Choctaw. Paige is out in right field. Saw Paige Cole before the game. You're tuned in State College, Pennsylvania. Chris is in Maricopa, Arizona. John and Robin have us synced up in Ada. Ron's in Yukon tonight. Bob and Pat are watching but have us synced up in El Dorado Hills, California. Clifford in Prosper, Texas. Kate Porter in Chile, Amarillo. Teresa Lakin out in right field in Section 20. Daniels in Section 19. Chris Berry is at Vance Air Force Base. Becky's in South Oklahoma City and more. Sooner Sue in Shawnee. Amber Littlejohn in Lander, Wyoming. And how about Sooner Yaya out of Northwest Oklahoma City. Jim and Jeanette in Edmond. All right, back to action. Here we go. No pitching change there, just a rather lengthy discussion. Back to action. The bases are loaded. There's nobody out. We're in the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Sooners. And here's Sid Sanders. First pitch, Sid. Check swing to short. Torres coming home. She'll score as Lorenzo fields. It only has one play, and it's to first. Sanders drives in Torres on the ground out to short. And it's 4-0 Sooners. And that was an I didn't mean to swing, but I guess it worked. Kinda.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely... She's early on that. She had no intentions on really swinging. She just cut the barrel out there.
Here's Riley Boone. Popped out to third her last time up. The runners are now at second and third. Pickering at third. Ludlam at second. 4-0 Sooners. The pitch low. Ball one. Four runs now on 6 hits. Sooners have given up the one hit. And that's it. Kelly Maxwell has been good. Boone looking to blow this game open, takes ball 2. Patty Gasso walks over to say something to Pickering as the sun peeks through the left field clouds. Boy, that lollipop change hangs up high, full 3-0. I don't know how you lay off that. I'm just going to tell you right now. I would be drilling myself out of the ground if I was Riley Boone. I'd look like the Sooner football players in the video that went trying to hit it to the moon. That went viral from over at Marita Hines last night. 3-0 is in for a strike, 3-1. Yeah, the Sooner football team went over and had a little battle, home run derby at Marita Hines.
Oh, I missed that video.
Oh, it's impressive. Shocker, DeMarco Murray's good at about everything. Here's a 3-1 pitch now as Boone waits. Here it comes. And she pops it into left field. Is it going to be far enough for Pickering to score? She tags, bluffs, gets the throw, and she'll have to stay at third as it's a fly out for the second out from Riley Boone. And this inning went from being one that maybe Patty Gasso feels good about and is smiling about to one where you're facing coaches scoring if you can't get a couple more here. Bases loaded, nobody out. You want to come away with more than one. Here's Jada. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. 423, the unofficial season average. I can officialize that now. First pitch is low and away from ball 1. 10 home runs, 17 extra base hits. 4 for 5 on stolen base opportunities this year. Team leader with 35 walks. The numbers are impressive. And now she looks to rip this game open with one swing of the bat. Pops it down the left field line, slicing away from and out of play as Boutte was giving chase, the left fielder. Wait, what's going on here? Okay, a ball just came back on the field. All right. The shortstop, Lorenzo, was holding up a softball. While she was doing that at shortstop, it almost looked like Waiters was about to pitch, and everyone came racing in to stop things. All right, we're good to go now. Here's the 1-1 pitch to the Sooner center fielder. It's headed home. Jada swings and fouls it off. I will say Waiters would make a great BYU Cougar with the way that they slowed things down last week. She is taking her time in the circle. There is no rush whatsoever.
Jada just switched her bat out mid at bat.
Don't think I've ever seen that.
Bats with TRA.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Skipped, and another really nice job by Coleman on a ball in the dirt. She encircles it and does not allow it to get past her. So everybody stays at their base. Ludlam at second. Freshman Pickering at third. 4-0 Sooners.
I'm wondering if that bat was a little heavier to keep her a little bit behind the ball.
This pitch is laced into left field, but racing over is Boutte to make a catch and take away a gapper from Coleman, and that'll end it for the Sooners here in the third. We head to the fourth. Sooner softball presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game sponsor is Norman Regional. Norman Regional Health, building our community stronger throughout South Central Oklahoma. Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Sooner Junior Kids Club, presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Orthodontics, exclusively Mathis Home and Devon Energy. First pitch in the top of the fourth inning is low and in to the leadoff hitter, Boutte. Accent is on the first, not the second syllable. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first inning. The only strikeout for Kelly Maxwell so far. And here's ball 2 low and in. 4-0 Sooners. Crowd here did not like that. If I can read lips, they felt like it was a strike. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from the Sooner lefty. There's a strike. No changes defensively, straight up. Pickering and right. Coleman shading a little bit towards left center field and center with Riley Boone way off the line in left field. Brito even with the bag at third as the 2-1 pitch misses low, ball 3. Maybe a couple steps in it short for Jennings. Torres a few steps back towards the into the dirt, the cut of the outfield grass. Deep over at first, bit off the line is Sanders. Here's the 3-1 ooh, where was that pitch? Ball 4. Butte is aboard. Second walk of the game for Maxwell, and here's Kennedy Thomas. Texas has already won tonight. They've beaten Kansas 4-2. Oklahoma State has put 4 on the board in the bottom of the third inning to rally, take a lead over Texas Tech. The bunt is popped up, and a diving play is made by Kinsey Hansen. What a play by K9 on the popped-up bunt, who popped out of her catcher's stance, dove, and gets the first out of the inning. What a play.
That was a heck of a play by Kinsey Hansen. That's so hard to make with your helmet on, trying to find the ball. Just laid it out.
1 away, and here's Jasmine Rowland. First pitch is in for a strike. She has almost made a couple of those this year. She's come close on a few of them. They've just been out of her reach. That was amazing. Here's the 0-1. In for strike 2.
I mean, she covered some ground on that, too. She hopped out of that catcher's box and just laid it out.
Brito was in so tight, she actually had a decent shot at it.
And good communication between the two.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the game for Kelly Maxwell, 2 away. That's a Tinker Federal Credit Union strikeout. Tinker Federal Credit Union, Oklahoma's the largest credit union, and there's 2 away for Tria Coleman. Popped out to short her last time out. 4-0 Sooners, top of the 4th. Maxwell brings it home. The bunt is a beauty, but it's too hard. Back to Maxwell, turns, throws, got her, inning over. Good bunt, but just hit it right back to Maxwell, and she's solid in the circle. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Oklahoma leads it. The people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas are on the job 24/7, producing the energy to fuel modern life. They're also voluntarily restoring thousands of acres of land, over 20,000 orphan wells today, plus contributing millions to our state schools each year. Hear all their stories at oerb.com/micro. Bottom of the 4th, Tiare Jennings leads things off. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Sooners up 4-zip. First pitch is up high, ball 1. Back to work for Waiters. I feel like they're accomplishing a lot of your keys to the game, Destiny. It's just kind of like a few games this season where you're waiting for them to finish. 1-0 is inside 2-0.
Yeah, but the last inning was not part of my keys.
Okay.
They know they needed to score. Bases loaded, nobody out. They needed to execute a little bit better.
More than 1 run on a check swing, ground out RBI. Jennings waits and takes strike 1.
Now, mind you, this pitcher's throwing a little slow, so it's a big adjustment in the box, but you've got to be able to work your timing, find a hole somehow.
2 balls and a strike. Way outside, ball 3. What is that adjustment like whenever you're dealing with velocity that is so off from what you typically see?
It's just in the I mean, when you have your mechanics set and you're loading and you're stepping, all of that stuff needs to be a little bit delayed.
Ball 4 will send Tiare Jennings down to first base. So positive vibes there as Jennings reaches. And here's Alyssa Brito. It's the second time today that Tiare Jennings has reached. Here's Brito. Brito's 0 for 1 of the day, but she did reach on the walk her last at bat. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Sooners. Here's the first pitch to Brito. She takes it a little bit up, ball one. Coach was praising Alyssa Brito at her Inspire event last night, which seemed to be a pretty incredible night for everyone on campus that was involved in putting it together. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Brito, another one of those I didn't mean to check swings. This one, though, goes foul and a ball up and in.
Making that adjustment, you talk about your load, your step, all that stuff needs to be delayed, but you also have to keep your hands back, and that's tough. That's a tough adjustment. A lot of their hands are starting to move forward just a little too soon just because they're so used to that rhythm.
1-1 is in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. I mean, if it was easy, right, I'd be out there doing it. But it is something that you can sense the frustration from Coach Castle because they work on it so much and so tirelessly. 2-1 pitch is outside, ball 3. And you heard the oohs and the ahs from the crowd because of just the amount of time that it took for that pitch to get to the plate. I mean, there was a legit wait.
Yeah. I don't have access to any of the current data, but I'd love to. I think she's in like the 56.
That one definitely was as it drops in for strike 2.
Miles per hour, maybe. I mean, that one even 54, maybe. It's coming in slow.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Jennings, the leadoff walk. She's at first. Here comes the pitch to Brito. Grounder softly past the circle to short. The only play is to first, and they got it. That looked pretty close over at first base.
Coach Follett sold me. Did you see her? She's pretty natural at that.
Yeah, given the safe ball. Bang, bang play at first. Coach Gasso won't challenge it. 1 away as Jennings now stands at second base.
Again, that was just off the end of Alyssa Brito's bat. Just way too early to contact.
Here's Hansen. Hansen's 1 for 2 on the night. Singled and scored a run in the first and takes strike 1. We've got the radar gun right next to us. Ask Gabby what she thinks. I usually just knock on the window. Wow.
47.
Oh, my gosh. Here's the 0-1. That ball's lifted into shallow right field, falling fast. It's down for a hit. On her way to third is Jennings as Hansen got under one to right center field. Thomas out in center field is kind of going back and forth with Holsey. Maybe they had a little miscommunication. But it's the 7th hit of the game for the Sooners. I don't even know if talking about a pitch coming up at 47 miles an hour, I don't even know.
And right after we got the 47, he said 45.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, that is tough. Good job by Kinsey Hansen just trying to let it get deeper in the zone, or at least to her.
Trip to the
opposite field.
Oh, I'm sorry, Destiny.
No, you're good.
Trip to the circle here for Hope Troutwine. I believe this is the 3rd of the night. Did one last sweep of checking in on those who had checked in our Century Roofing shout-outs. I saw Nate Doggs at Southwest Oklahoma City with his kiddos. Hey, Coach. In Coweta, home of Jeremy Poplin. Shan is in Norman, in town for the spring game. Kevin Goodmiller in Johns Island, South Carolina. Going to all the UCF games next week. Courtney and Kent are in Hilton Head. Ken Gaskill was checking in from the Deer Creek Lamont Invitational track meet. Well, you guys are spanned a little bit of everywhere. Big Brad's out there tonight. Lindy Resnick. Miss Jane Jetson is here at Love's Field. What a night. Thanks to everyone who tuned in, and thanks to Century Roofing for their support of our third inning shout-outs. All right, back to action. Here we go. First and third. Alina Torres has been the offense for the Sooners tonight. A 3-run home run. She's 2 for 2. Do it again, Alina. Why not? First pitch, it's a squeeze bunt. Here comes Jennings. The shovel, not in time, and too high. It's a squeeze bunt, and it's worked to perfection by Alina Torres. 5-0 Sooners. Oh, Patty Gasso, you said in the pregame you might have the card out. You might try to do some things to get the offense going. How about a squeeze bunt? Uh-oh, here comes Kristen Vesley.
And Alina Torres just executing and doing what she's told. Perfectly placed bunt to execute a squeeze play.
It was fielded by Waiters, who then shoveled home, but it was too high for Coleman, and that'll do it. We'll have our third pitcher of the night, and a pitching change brought to you by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. So Houston will turn to Gigi Solis.
Even just with the adjustments they're having to make with 45-mile-an-hour velocity coming in, it's a good call, I think, by Coach Gasso, just getting that run across the plate.
All right, Avery Hodge will pinch run over at first. The runner at second is Hanson, and now time is called. Time is called. Home plate umpire. Is he going to call a pitch clock violation? Oh, let's go. He's finally done it. It took you 4 innings, bro. We've got an action clock violation finally against Houston.
Yeah, we have watched that clock run out often.
First pitch up and away, ball 1 to Cassidy Pickering. Hey, I'm not complaining. And in fairness, the ball doesn't have to be out of your hands. I think they're giving some grace in that you need
Start
to be
your motion.
Right in your motion. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a strike on the outside corner. Long look into the dugout by Solis. She just now has the call. In her motion, 0's on the action clock, but she was in her motion and gets the call on a pitch on the outer edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pickering, who has walked twice tonight. Sooners are up 5-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch to the Sooner right fielder. Grounded back up the middle. Cut off at second nicely by Aguilar. She'll win a race to the bag against Hodge, who hobbles off after sliding in. But she's forced out at second base. Coach Gasso checks on her. Looks like she's okay. Pickering reaches on the fielder's choice. And here's Riley Ludlam's spot. She'll debrief a bit here with Cassidy Pickering, and Hannah Core will come into pinch run.
Attention, please. Pinch running for the Sooners.
A lot of activity beyond the stands here in the mezzanine area. I guess you would consider this a concourse. The Boz is here. Brian Bosworth has shown up. Looks like he's got Jamel Holloway with him as well. Got Paul Feinbaum. So Boz is here, enjoying Love's Field. And the Sooners 5-0 lead. Here's the pitch to Ludlam. It stays up high, ball 1. Though it looks like they're trying to tape a segment and not watch the game. Let them watch the game, guys. It's a good game going on right now. Somebody pop a little foul ball over there.
I wonder what this segment's for. Do you know?
It's for people that go to a game and I guess don't watch the game. The 1-0 is outside. Off the second goes Core, who stops, and she's caught in a rundown, but the runner will score. Core drives in safely at first. And on the first and third play, the Sooners get it to work. How about that? As Core gets back to the bag after stopping and getting caught up in the rundown, and scoring easily from third was Hanson. And then Core finds a way to get back to the bag.
Perfectly executed. You want to draw that attention from Core. Find your way to getting a rundown and allow your runner at third to score.
Here's the 2-0 pitch to Ludlam. That's in for a strike. They're going to go ahead and send Core for the straight steal here, and she'll take the bag easily. A double hopper from Churia Coleman. And it's a 3-0 count, and Solis has not been relatively close on any of these pitches. Or pardon me, 2-1 now, and she hadn't been close on her last couple of pitches until finding the zone. That made no sense. The 2-1 is popped up foul behind home plate. Watch out. That thing hit and shot back down. What I was trying to say is she had missed badly with her first couple before finding the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Core's at second. 2 outs. The pitch, Ludlam waits on it, pops it up. Coleman behind home plate makes the catch. Inning over for the Sooners, but they add 2 more. They're singing Boomer Sooner. Brian Bosworth, Jamel Holloway leading the cheers as we head to the 5th. Oklahoma on top of Houston. It's 6-0 along with Destiny McElroy. I'm Chris Plank. Thanks for tuning in to Sooner Softball tonight right here on the Sooner Sports Network. They have gone past the amount of time between innings here, so our home plate umpire says, let's go. He has been the fun police tonight. He has been the fun
From the beginning.
Shelby Smith, first pitch, she takes a little bit out, ball 1. Smith singled, has the only hit of the game for Houston, and was stranded. Well, actually, she was tagged out in that double play that went to review, a McIntyre Law review. As the pitch misses high, 2 balls and no strikes. Sooner Softball brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. Farm fresh for over 50 years. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch from Maxwell. Ball 3. Hannah Core has stayed in the game. She is out in right field now. Avery Hodge has stayed in the game. She's at second. Battery of Maxwell and Hansen with an infield of Brito at third. Jennings at short. Hodge at second and Sanders at first. Here's the 3-0. In for a strike, 3-1. Core's in right. Coleman's in straightaway center with Boone out and left. Today's game sponsor is Norman Regional Health, building our community stronger throughout South Central Oklahoma. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. First cut Shelby Smith has had since her base hit. She turns towards Kristen Vesley, shaking her head.
It's a big out for Kelly Maxwell. The last 2 leadoff batters she walked the last 2 innings.
She'll strike out Smith. Third strikeout of the game for Kelly Maxwell. Down goes Smith. And there's one away, and Patty Gasso immediately comes trotting out to the circle. 6-0 Sooners. We're in the top of the 5th inning. I got a text from our buddy Sean that said, I saw the video of the football home run derby that you guys were talking about. And he says, I speak for every softball parent everywhere. The disrespect paid to those $500 bats had me cringing after every bat flip.
I'm going to have to find this video.
Yeah, go to @OU_football. There's a lot of bat flips that took place. There was a lot of celebration. Well,
what were they doing?
They had, a softball
bonding?
game, yeah.
Oh, okay.
By the way, did you know the Oklahoma Medical Research Foundation has more than 300 researchers working daily to combat Alzheimer's, autoimmune disorders, cancer, and heart disease? Learn more about Oklahoma's Medical Research Foundation at omrf.org. All right, Coach Gasso's meeting with the infield is over. Here's Bree Cantu.
There it is.
Right? First pitch, a little bit blown away to Cantu, who grounded out to second her last time up. She was actually at the plate whenever Shelby Smith was tagged out by Torres in that double play that ended the second inning. We're now in the 5th, 6-0 Sooners. There's a strike. 1-1.
These bat flips.
Told you. You called it, Sean.
Oh, my goodness.
1 ball, 1 strike to Cantu. Outside, 2-1. Couple of quick updates from the softball world tonight. They've gone to the bottom of the 9th. Duke and Virginia are still scoreless.
Man.
Missouri is upset. Well, I guess it's not an upset when you're the 10th ranked team, but they went on the road and beat Georgia by a final score of 4-2. There's ball 2 low and in.
What inning did you say Duke is in?
They're in the 9th.
Man.
Texas has beaten Kansas tonight, 4-2.
Oklahoma State's up 6-3.
Fell behind 3-zip in that game. Here's the 3-1. That's a 5-pitch walk.
How's Baylor doing?
How is Baylor doing? That's a good-looking question. Let's double check. Score is brought to you by Air Comfort Solutions, or Total Solution. Plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical make the winning call today. Bottom of the 3rd in Waco, 1-zip. Baylor leads UCF. Bethany Aguilar walked her last time up. Now she can ground into a 6-4-3 double play in this inning for us. Or line a base hit in the right field. Core cuts it off. That'll keep Cantu at second. It's just the second hit of the game, and the crowd roars in approval of Hannah Core getting the ball back in and holding both Aguilar and Cantu to the base they're at.
I love how engaged this fan base is, because those are the little things. She wasn't even a threat rounding second base. It didn't look like she was going to third, but for Hannah Core to come up making that play anyways, and the fans celebrate that, it's pretty big.
So runners at first and second. Looks like we're going to see a pinch runner here. Well, or maybe Coach Vesley's just going to call a timeout, bring everyone over to talk about it, I think. Yep. So from a moment where you thought Oklahoma was ready to put this game away in run rule fashion, now with a 6-0 lead in the top of the 5th inning, Destiny, see a little adversity here. What do you want to see from the Sooners? What do they need to do to kind of slow this Houston momentum?
Yeah, I think they've done a good job defensively. I think if Kelly can roll something up, we've seen that throughout today's game. Just keep the ball down, allow your defense to make some plays, keep the ball in the yard. You can't defend that. So Kelly could just do a good job, keep the ball down, and let her defense work. I think they'll be able to get out of this.
The meeting for the Houston staff has come to a conclusion with a pinch runner. They're going to turn out at second base to Jordy Wilkins.
Wilkins for Cantu. I think the speed of Wilkins, they're going to be looking for 2 bases here. On anything through a gap, she's going to try to score.
Here's the first pitch to Lorenzo. Tries to bunt. She did offer at it. Strike 1. Everyone charged in, but they stayed the same.
And I like that. They're going to try to put pressure on the defense. You see Brito charging in on that. And then it's a full-on race between Wilkins and Jennings to get to third base.
Here's the 0-1 pitch in this lefty-lefty matchup. Fouled back for strike 2.
This must be a new fan. I've never heard her before.
I like her. I want to be friends with her. No balls and 2 strikes. First and second, 1 out, 6-0 Sooners, top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch from Maxwell. That's a really good spot that missed low and away. A really good spot that just missed low and away.
I like that pitch. I think had she bit and tried to make contact with that, that would have been a ball right into Brito's hands.
There's ball 2 on a pitch that I was ready to call strike 3.
Put Plank behind the plate.
I saw one fan sitting over here that jumped up and was chewing out the umpire, and as soon as he sat back down, his wife started yelling at him.
Uh-oh.
I feel you, bro. I've been there. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Maxwell to Lorenzo. Got her swinging. Second strikeout of the inning for Maxwell, fourth of the game. Strikeouts brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union, Oklahoma's largest credit union. And there's 2 away in what's been the best threat of the night for the Houston Cougars. 2 aboard, now 2 outs. And Katie Repa is going to pinch hit here. Oklahoma Athletics would like to thank the official Eat, Play, Stay partners. Visit Norman, Cup Pop, Courtyard by Marriott, Midway Deli, Nashburn and Norman, NCED. Visit Soonersports.com for more information. Here we go. Maxwell trying to work out of a mini jam here in the 5th. Sooners up 6-0. The first pitch is up high to Repa. Ball 1. 214 average on the season for the right-handed hitting senior. So math whiz 3 for 14. She's driven in 1 run on the year, and she's jumped out in front of the count, 2 balls and no strikes as she takes ball 2. Six runs on 7 hits for the Sooners. Houston has been shut out on just 2 hits. Grounded foul off the bat of Repa. Casey Nicole had checked in UConn. She's got us synced up. Thank you, Casey. Larry Ninman, Teresa and her mom have got us in Norman. Big Zilla. Big Brad Taylor in Tulsa. Fun night. See if the Sooners can keep the party hopping. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing foul towards the Houston dugout. Rita Hines had checked in. She was wanting the video of the bat flip, so I had to send it to coach. I got her back.
Yeah, that'll stress her out.
Crowd comes to life. 2-2 count. The pitch from Maxwell. Oh, come on, bro. What are we even doing right now? Ball 3 on a pitch that I guess was low.
Hey, Chris Plank is fired up in the booth. So
me and the are disagreeing tonight. That just got me out of my seat, I'm just going to say. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Maxwell. Swing and a miss. Inning over. Maxwell works around a walk, a hit, and strikes out 3. I don't know if our section's doing very good here at Destiny. We're trying. We're going to get our first chance to see tonight. I guess this is Ella Parker's first plate appearance of the evening. Sooners up 6-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Our 5th innings are brought to you by the Howsmith Restaurant Group. Tonight's game is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And our game sponsor is Norman Regional Health, building our community stronger throughout South Central Oklahoma. Parker at .392 on the season. She'll face Solis. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Sooners. And they lead at 6-0. First pitch to Parker is low for ball 1. Despite the weather concerns, we're a go tomorrow night for 6 o'clock. If there is any adjustment, it would be likely later. I don't think anything in the forecast that would lead us to believe it'll be moved up. 1-0 swing and a miss. Parker was a little fooled on that. I feel like I've spent more time talking about the weather this week, Destiny, than I have in a long time. Thanks to Dr. Kevin Clazel and his guidance throughout the week for Sooner softball and OU football. The 1-1 to Parker. There's that off speed that misses this time, 2-0.
Mixing in a lot of good pitches.
I'm not going to lie, I was a little surprised to not see Parker in the starting lineup tonight.
I was too.
It felt like they had something with Riley Ludlam in the DP spot, and it's paid off. Ludlam's got 2 hits. 2-1, way up and away. Well, I say way up and away. I better make sure that he doesn't call it a strike. Just want to be safe around here. Parker coming off a 1-for-3 game against Tulsa on Tuesday night, where she drove in a run and scored a run. 1 for 3 against BYU in the Saturday game. Same box score, 1 run, 1 RBI. There's ball 4. And so a walk to Ella Parker. And here's Riley Boone. Boone's 0 for 2 on the day.
Number 0, Riley Boone.
Crowd chants Boone and unison as chorus bellows throughout Loves Field. Boone gets the call. She's ready deep in the box. Showed bunt, takes the ball, and Parker is going to be thrown out trying to steal second base. And Patty Gasso is going to walk and meet Ella Parker on the baseline and have a chat with her freshman. Straight steal, not a good jump. What do you think?
Yeah, just not a good jump. I think she's good at stealing bases. I think she got a little bit of a late start there. And they're hesitant. They don't want to be called out early.
The 0-1 pitch to Boone. The first pitch was called a strike. Misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's been a hot topic in softball with all the reviews and replays of runners leaving early. They're a little bit cautious.
Here comes the 1-1. Boone lifts one deep to right field. Are you kidding me? You are, because up against the wall, Holsey makes the catch for the second out of the inning. It looked like Boone might have golfed one out of here, and it comes up just short.
What is the deal?
Oh,
I thought that was out of here. I think the wind's pushing it back down.
it is blowing in from right field just a bit.
Tiares did the same thing. I thought that was out of here.
Here's Jada Coleman. 6-0 Sooners, bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to Coleman. Checked her swing on a ball low and away. OU baseball is playing as we speak in Provo against BYU. Game is currently tied at 1 in the top of the 4th inning. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Jada. She's 0 for 2 today. That misses up and away. Kind of one of those weird runs here for Jada Coleman to where she hasn't necessarily had a ton of hits, but she's on base a lot with her walks, including one here in the first inning tonight. Walked and scored the first run of the game, and she takes the 2-0 pitch for a strike. Last 4 games now, Jada's just 1 for 11. Action clock's at 3 as the pitch heads home, and it's laced down the left field line in foul territory and out of play. They have the netting in the left field corner, but there's a little give, so when it pops up, a fan can kind of make a play on it. And as it did, and it hit the netting, one of the fans down there in the front row kind of popped it back up in the air a bit, trying to grab it. No balls, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Jada. Line drive, base hit back up the middle. There you go, Jada.
Jada did a really good job just trying to find the right timing. Fouled some stuff off, tried to see how late she could be. Finally timed it up and was able to send that ball right back up the middle.
Tiare Jennings flied out to center field on a ball that we thought was gone. Singled in the second, walked and scored in the 4th. First pitch to Tiare is right on that outer edge, I guess. Strike 1. I mean, I'm all about wanting to be here as long as I can. I love Loves Field, but if Tiare Jennings wants to send us home early right now, I don't.
I bet she does.
Here's the 0-1, misses outside.
I bet if she got a good pitch, she would.
Sooners have been more aggressive at the plate tonight. I think they've had a lot of hard outs.
I needed them to capitalize on that inning with 3 people on. And
line drive left field. It'll thud off the wall. Coleman will have to stay at second base because that ball was lasered off the bat of Jennings, and it left an indention on the left field wall. But I'm with you. I'm going down to talk to Coach post-game, so I'll make sure to ask her about the third. Bases loaded, nobody out. Get 1 run. Here's Alyssa Brito. Brito's 0 for 2 on the game. She had a walk. That laser by Jennings was the 9th hit of the game for the Sooners. First pitch to Brito. Line drive. Oh, right at short. Lorenzo makes the catch. Inning over. Here we go to the 6th. Carly Keeney will take over after a spectacular night in the circle for Kelly Maxwell. Pitching change brought to you by Love's Travel Stops. Love's Travel Stops is the heart of the highway. Houston have their leadoff hitter, Lair Boutte, and the first pitch is in for a strike from Carly Keeney. 6 runs on 9 hits for the Sooners. Houston shut out on 2 hits. It's 6-0 Sooners in the 6th. 1 is in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. So we'll shut the book for now on Kelly Maxwell, but how great was she tonight?
yeah, she did really well, only giving up 2 hits. She gave up 3 walks.
There's a ground ball down the first base line. Boutte thought it was foul off her foot. Sanders makes the play, steps on the bag. All the umpires are saying it's a fair ball and that there's 1 out, including what looks like, at least from my perspective, Michael Parker, the first base umpire, who's like ready to fight about it. I mean, he's saying, ask me about it. They're going to challenge this, so this, but it's going to be an umpire challenge. So this is an official review brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all of your personal injury needs. Kristen Vesely didn't ask for the challenge, but raised enough of a question in the home plate umpire's mind where he's like, hey, yeah, let me look at this, okay?
And Boutte kind of did a signal as if it came off of a foot.
Right.
So I think that's where her confusion was, because she didn't even run.
But both the home plate umpire and the first base umpire, I mean, it's wild how adamant they were that was a fair ball.
Well, it looked like the confusion to everybody else was that Sydney Sanders fielded the ball in foul territory, but it was past first base.
Riley Ludlam is in behind the plate. Sorry, go ahead if you...
No, so it looked like the confusion was more over at first base, where the hitter is saying it came off my foot. So, see what the review has to say.
There's a party going on in the outfield. Riley Boone and Jada Coleman, along with Hannah Core, were showing off their best pitching motion. Keeney, I guess we really haven't had a chance to give you too much of the stats on Carly Keeney since she's checked into the game. Keeney's up there in appearances for this staff right now. She did not allow a run in February last year, logging 171 scoreless innings. Was the only pitcher to do that with 15 or more innings pitched to do so in a month. She's 4th in the Big 12 with a 1.62 ERA. This is her 18th relief appearance, which leads the Sooners out of the pen. What do you think? Yeah, they're going to call her out. She can't believe it. Oh, she is. I've seen that walk back to the dugout. That's how my daughters walk when I tell them no treats. She was mad. Don't blame you. Well, I thought it looked like it hit off her foot.
I mean, she didn't even run, so
No.
she had to have felt something.
Here's Kennedy Thomas. It had to be about her thinking it hit off her foot. Had to be. First pitch is low for ball 1 to Thomas.
So that doesn't count against Houston's reviews.
No.
Yeah.
She still has, Coach Vesley still has 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Thomas. Stays up. Thomas is 0 for 2, lined out to third and popped out to the catcher. 1.62 ERA for Keeney, 4-1 on the season. As we mentioned, now second on the team with 21 appearances, most out of the pen, the 2-0. In for a strike, 2-1. 26 strikeouts to 12 walks. 43 to third innings so far this season. The 2-1 is a little bit in, 3-1. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
I think it's a little too close to take.
It's a 3-1 count here, 6-0 Sooners, top of the 6th. There's a strike. Update from Provo. Sooners have put 3 on the board in the top of the 4th inning. OU baseball now up 4-1 over BYU. Make it 6-1. Walk with a double to right field. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Just staying alive as Thomas fouling that off. It's now a 5-run 4th. 6-1 Sooners. That's college baseball. College softball, Texas has already won tonight over Kansas 4-2. OSU blowing it open against Texas Tech, now 10-3 in the 6th. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Keeney. Line foul towards the Sooner dugout. And we'll do it again. This Coke Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Take a taste. See for yourself. Coca-Cola, official partner of the Oklahoma Sooners. 6-0 Sooners, top of the 6th, 1 away. 3-2 pitch. Line drive, all right, center field. Cut off by Core after a hop. Thomas will stay at first after a 1-out single.
Core's really showing off her arm tonight.
It's the second ooh-and-ah throw that she's kind of had from right field, and she's getting kudos from the Sooner center fielder, Jada Coleman. Here's Jasmine Rolland. One swing of the bat can make this a little interesting. Rolland, though, checks her swing on a pitch low and away. 9 home runs this season for Rolland. 6-0 Sooners. OU has left 9 runners on base here tonight. The OU Maxwell's line, we'll give it to you after this 1-0 pitch, which is in for a strike, 1-1. 5 innings for Kelly Maxwell, 70 total pitches, 41 of those strikes. 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, maybe a number that's a little bit high. 1.63 earned run average for the Sooner ace. Here comes the 1-1 from Carly Keeney. Bounce towards the right side. Hodge will play it. Shovel it to second with Jennings covering for the force out. That's all they'll get. 2-way. Rolland will reach on the fielder's choice. And here's Tria Coleman, 0 for 2 in her return to Norman. It's been her 2022 freshman season as a Sooner. .358 average for Coleman, 7 home runs. First pitch from Keeney is low, and Riley Ludlam does a nice job smothering it for ball 1. Six nothing Sooners. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Keeney. Ball 2. Maybe a little bit out.
Not a lot of consistency back there. I have not been able to determine the strike zone.
Keeney toes the rubber with her right foot. Checks her pitch watch. She's ready. Here comes the 2-0. Grounded back up the middle. Cut off by Jennings. She'll throw to first and in the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Oklahoma 2 runs away from ending this thing early. They lead it 6-0. Inning for the Sooners. Tiare Jennings, with her base hit, moved into 4th in program history. The hit was number 293 of her career. So while we talk about power numbers, 293 career hits, tied with Kristen Vesley for 4th all-time in Oklahoma Sooner softball history, the Houston coach. 6-0 Sooners. Kinsey Hansen will lead things off. 6 runs on 9 hits for the Sooners. First pitch swinging. Hansen fouls it back. Back to work for Solis, who has, I don't know how she's done this. Sooners have hit the ball hard. They've had a couple of tough at-bats, but she's battled, I guess, is the way to put it.
Yeah, she's done a good job. I mean, for the lack of experience that she's had, she's come in with 1 game started.
That's it.
5 appearances.
0-1 pitch misses inside, 1-1.
5.2 innings pitched before this.
It's crazy. It's crazy how little work she's had. 1 ball and 1 strike. Maybe I'm seeing the future. I am not. Because Hansen drills one into left field, a base hit right through the 5-6 hole. It is for Kinsey Hansen a 3-hit night. She is 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. And here's Avery Hodge.
They really got to execute this inning. Getting that leadoff batter on. They've been 6 for 17 with scoring their runners on. That's
first pitch to Hodge is a check swing pop-up foul down the left field line and out of the reach of Boutte, though that does not look like Boutte anymore out in left field. Nope. Boutte in left, Thomas still in center, and Holsey in right. Infield stays the same with Rolland at third, Lorenzo at short, Aguilar at second, Cantu at first. Battery of Solis and the catcher Coleman. The 0-1. Hodge takes for strike 2. Phillips 66 Bedlam Series is right around the corner as the Sooners take on OSU. 2 weeks right here in Norman. Phillips 66 Bedlam Series brought to you in part by the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas, Oklahoma Blood Institute, and Anheuser-Busch. Phillips 66, get ready to go. There's a line drive, base hit into center field by Avery Hodge. Off the third goes Kinsey Hansen. She slides in at first ahead of the tag. Hodge trots into second with a line drive single, takes the extra base. Here we go. And here we're going to challenge this play at third. Now remember, the challenge that Vesley was able to talk the umpires into does not count against Houston's challenges. So we've got an official review, and it's brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. I didn't get the sense that that was too terribly close, and in a lot of these situations, at least what I've seen, Destiny, coach is like, hey, what else do I have to lose? I've got a challenge, use it.
Yeah, Kinsey was moving. She was going first to third on that immediately, but I think she got to the base as the ball was being received, and the ball wasn't being received near where the tag needed to be made.
Yeah, no, she's in. I'm watching the replay right now through the TV monitors on the TV side.
Yeah, she looks like she got in there.
There is an umpire blocking one of the views, so that might hurt a little bit on their replay. But it's our third review of the evening, and all three have been on plays involving the Sooners. And, well, now, second and third, nobody out, 2 runs to end this thing. We'll wait. We'll wait on the official announcement. You won't need to have us tell you. You'll hear it from the crowd. My man Stephen York is checked in, saying they're safe. That's my go-to, him and Richard Martis.
Really solid throw.
Great
from Thomas in center field.
Gives us a second to thank OG&E. OG&E, we energize life at MidFirst Bank, a premier partner of OU Athletics and your exclusive home for the OU debit and credit card. Visit midfirst.com/Sooners for details. Member FDIC. Trails Golf Club in Norman offers the perfect atmosphere for great golf and family fun. At the Trails, you will find golf at its best and social events to enjoy all year. Entertain clients, enjoy friends, make family memories at the Trails Golf Club. Visit trailsgolf.com. I wonder if part of this, too, is just the view that we saw on the TV side. There was an umpire right in the way. All right, this McIntyre Law review has come to a conclusion. Let's see. Point. Save.
0 for 3.
Rough night for Kristen Besley in the challenge game. Hey, Avery Hodge, by the way, she's on a bit of a heater now.
Yeah, that was a really good hit. And Thomas in center field was kind of slated over towards left a little bit, showing that pitch might have been a little bit more outside, and she was able to kind of pull it a little bit more towards right center.
Hodge is 3 for her last 3 and 5 for her last 7. Here's Hannah Core with a chance to end this thing. Infield is in. First pitch to Core is popped up behind home plate, but that's going to hit off the net.
Good job running it out.
Quincy Lilio moves into the on-deck circle. 6-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sooners looking to end this thing in run rule fashion. Win their second straight game in a 6th inning run rule walk-off. Here's the 0-1 pitch to the right-handed hitting Core. Headed home. Core takes it up high. If you think about it, Destiny, this game has had a little bit of everything, right? We've had a big 3-run home run. We had a squeeze bunt. You mentioned 3 different reviews throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
A masterful pitching performance from Maxwell. A little bit of everything tonight. Here's the 1-1. Popped up on the infield, racing over to make the catch is Aguilar. And there's one away. Hate to see that for Hannah Core. Here's Q Lilia. The hit of the fall just hasn't been able to get it going here in the spring as Core heads back to the Sooner dugout. Here's Quincy Lilia. Lilio, again, the average won't wow you. Hitting just 167 on the season. Scored a run against BYU as a pinch runner last Saturday. Looking for her first hit since March 29th. She's 0 for her last 3. Hitting here in Riley Ludlam's spot. First pitch to the lefty is way outside, ball 1. That infield stays in. Rolland at third, even with the bag. A couple steps in now as the pitch gets ready to come home. Tied at first is Cantu. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Q. Low and away, 2-0. Six-0 Sooners. With Hodge at second, just about anything to the outfield might end this game. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3 up high. 3 balls and no strikes. Hansen scored on the squeeze bunt earlier, I think with a 6-zip lead. We don't have to worry about that here. 3-0, taken all the way. Ball 4, bases loaded. Well, this is the second time tonight that Sanders has hit with the bases loaded.
Last time, check swing.
That's right. Got a little fooled.
Surely she'll make that adjustment here. She'll be. I rarely see her undecisive at the plate. So that was very different for Sanders to have that check swing.
Got fooled a little bit on the pitch. We're going to have another circle visit from Hope Troutwine. Doubt we'll have a pitching change here, but as Troutwine, this is different. As Troutwine comes out to talk to her pitching staff, Kristen Vesley comes out to talk to her infield, and she calls her outfield in as well. Orthodontics exclusively is proud to sponsor the Junior Captain of the Game. Junior Captain is the ultimate fan experience for children 6 through 12. 2 Orthodontics exclusively locations, with 1 in Norman and South Oklahoma City, and every consultation is free. For comprehensive coverage of college baseball and softball all season long, tune to SiriusXM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. SiriusXM is the home of your favorite teams and conferences, including live games plus interviews and analysis. So cheer along online with the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.us/Big 12 Radio 2023. And as Coach Vesley and
got the fans dancing.
Yeah, the fans are out here dancing, and Hope Troutwine make their way back to the dugout. I want to remind you that Bob Moore Ford is proud to honor service members to the Patriot of the Game. To nominate a Patriot, visit BobMooreFord.com/hero. All right, everybody's dancing, everybody's partying. Is it a pre-party to a true celebration here when Sid Sanders ends this thing? First pitch to the right-handed hitting first baseman, hangs up high for ball 1. Sid is 0 for 2 on the night, has an RBI. Walked her last time up. 1 ball and no strikes. Just barely gets the pitch off in time as Sanders grounds it foul. She had a cut. Waves that bat a little bit afterwards.
See Brito run back in the dugout, try to dodge that ball.
Well, you've got Jada Coleman and Maya Bland, and Nellie's out there lean over, watching, barking words of encouragement off the front entrance. Brito in the second entrance. Ooh, Sanders had a big cut and fouled it back. And then down on the far end is everybody who's just waiting to clock out. See G down there. Got to see G doing work. Team took batting practice here at Loves Field. First time they've done it before a home game here at Loves Field. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Sanders, long wait. Solis brings it home in the dirt. 2-2.
That's big time. When do they start practicing here? Do they have a date on that yet?
They got to practice here.
Will that be consistent or
on Thursday? It will. It depends on the construction schedule.
Okay.
They do not have their locker rooms or anything here yet. Everything is still over at Marita Hines Field. Here's the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Sanders, headed home, and she pops that one up behind home plate. If you can turn on it and still foul it backwards, that's somehow what Sid Sanders did. If that makes sense, that's exactly what just happened. With Riley Boone waiting on deck. Lilio at first. Hodge at second. Hansen at third. 6-0 Sooners. Sanders looking to end it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Waited on it, fouled it back.
It's a good battle.
Leading the charge out of the Sooner dugout was Jada Coleman on that.
She's kind of shaking her hand off, like might have hurt herself a little bit.
You know what? I think I can speak for the fan. It's getting a little cold, too.
Yeah.
You had to break out the jacket in the open
Yeah.
air radio booth tonight. It stung a little bit. Regardless, here's the 2-2 pitch. Up high, full count.
Great job laying off that pitch.
Those clouds moving in. You sense what's going to happen here in a couple of hours from now. It's going to be wet, nasty. Hopefully it all clears out in time for 6 o'clock tomorrow night. For now, send us home, Sid. There it is. Action clock. Ball 4. 7-0 Sooners. Thank you. A bases loaded walk and a second kind of weird RBI for Sid Sanders tonight. And here's Riley Boone. Houston's been flirting with that action clock all night long, man.
Yeah, those are the little things you can't afford against this OU offense.
Here's Riley Boone, first pitch. She got a jump in the box and fouled it off. He was hopping up. Usually you see this slap in that, but she took a full swing at it. This game approaches the 2-hour and 30-minute mark. No balls and a strike. 7-0 Sooners. The pitch. Boone swings and hits it towards short. Coming home is Hodge. The throw is got her. In time. 2 away. Lorenzo backhanded it. Came up firing. The bases stay loaded. Well, this is the difference between a little run rule celebration or the Sooners trying to win this in the top of the 7th with 3 outs. 7-0 Sooners. Bottom of the 6th inning. Bases loaded, 2 away. Coleman's 1 for 3 on the night, including a line drive single last time up. She swings and lasers this one to left center field. Walk it off, Jada Coleman. The Sooners win in run rule fashion, hit the lights. Final score on a Friday night at Love's Field. Oklahoma 8, Houston 0, and Jada Coleman ensures that it ends in run rule fashion. How about those last 2 at-bats for Jada?
That was huge. Jada's been so good in the box. I just love her leadership. She came in just so calm, ready to just finish that game. Got a good pitch, sent it opposite field. I love watching Jada.
Final score on a Friday night in Norman, Oklahoma 8, Houston 0. We'll head down to the field for the Bud Light postgame show. Our next break is the first break of the postgame show. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.